Psalm 23, Living Without Lack. Greetings, everyone. This is Dr. Gary, and this is your Shepherd's Leadership Insight of the Day. Why such lack and evil? Given the secular and anti-supernatural biases of much of our contemporary world, we are breathing deeply the cultural air of skepticism. It is not being explained. If it is not being explained by science, we simply cannot see or touch the spiritual realm. If we're going to live out the statement, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," we need to wrestle with some of our biases. So let me ask, what are your current understanding of beliefs and questions about the existence of evil? In what sense should we have belief in Satan in terms of our knowledge of his character and his intentions? Are you mindful of the three weapons of Satan? To what degree are you under their influence? Well, let's consider the three weapons of Satan by first looking at Ephesians chapter 2 and the first three verses. "And you he made alive, who were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the Spirit now works in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we all once conducted ourselves in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the others." Well, let's take a look on this infographic here of three categories: Jesus' temptation, Eve's temptation, and then the three weapons of Satan in the world. So Jesus' temptation, when he was in the wilderness early on at the outset of his ministry, Satan had tempted him to turn stones into bread. Well, jump off this temple if you're the Savior. If you'll bow, I will give you political power and glory. Well, Eve's temptation in the garden that started all of this, just go ahead, it's good for food. It's pleasant to the eye. It's desirable to make one wise. But when you step back and look at the overarching big rock ideas, this is where we come up with the three weapons of Satan. His three key weapons: the desire of the flesh, the desire of the eyes, and the pride of life. Right there pretty well sums up the sum total strategy and the way that Satan works. He presents sin as a desire, and it's okay. It's pleasing to the eyes. It looks good. The pride of life. I want to be better than everybody. Well, how does Satan's primary tool of deception relate to our existence of life without lack? What part of the human heart and mind play in our being deceived? What is the best defense against satanic deception? How does Jesus function as a model for us today? What continues to be the devil's main sphere of influence in your life? How is this impacting the movement of Christianity in its sum total? What place does the correct thinking about God play in our battle against the devil's deceptions? I throw these questions out here to provoke thought, to get you to think how that living without lack is all held up from the three primary weapons of Satan. Take some time and ponder these questions and Journal your thoughts. I am positive you're going to learn something about what you're currently doing and how you're acting and behaving, and where we need to move to become closer to the Lord. Can you identify one thing you would like God's help in relationship to the devil's tools of the desire of the eyes, the desire of the flesh, and the pride of life? Thank you so much for giving me just a few moments in this short cast. I appreciate it. I would be so grateful if you would share this content on your social platform. We're not trying to sell anything. We're not trying to appeal to anybody's resources, other than to provoke and awaken in you a spiritual awakening and a desire to become more like Christ and to realize what you're missing out on by acknowledging Christ as Lord, especially for such a time as this. Well, until we can meet again, we bid you Godspeed. Bye for now.